I think part of the job of a journalist and what the kind of journalism I want to do is to expose those kinds of difficult truths so that people can try to confront them and deal with them. My name is Kanawha Jr. I'm an investigative reporter. I write about coal mining, natural gas production, chemical manufacturing in my home state of West Virginia. The Sago mine disaster was an explosion the day after New Year's Day in 2006 in Upshur County, West Virginia, and 12 people died and 1 person escaped. What we did in the immediate aftermath was write about all of the ways that the country had let the system that's supposed to rescue miners when there's a disaster underground had let that system deteriorate. But broader than that, we went and looked at how miners really die in America and found out that it wasn't in big disasters that get lots of headlines, but it was one by one. And we wrote about how in 9 out of 10 of those instances over a 10-year period, the reason that those miners died was that the company they worked for wasn't following the law. In 2010, when the Upper Big Branch mine blew up, 29 miners died. Is the worst coal mining disaster in a generation. It was a disaster waiting to happen. The explosive coal dust had been allowed to build up over miles and miles of tunnels. The longwall mining machine hadn't been properly maintained so that it was likely to spark when it hit some rock. And it was a company that where the CEO has spent a year in jail for conspiring to violate these kind of mine safety standards, the very kind of mine safety standards that have been known for 100 years. The Kanawha Valley water crisis really started with another sort of disaster that was waiting to happen, that was just sitting right there for all of us to see. You had a kind of aging chemical tank farm that wasn't being maintained and didn't have leak protection, and it was located just 1.5 miles upriver from where 300,000 people get their drinking water. What I tried to do was write some stories about how it was completely predictable, but local officials, state officials, company officials from both the water company and the company Freedom Industries that ran the tank, they had failed in their responsibility to protect the public from exactly this sort of potential disaster. I'm working right now with the nonprofit journalism group ProPublica, and we're spending this year exploring the growth of the natural gas industry in West Virginia. The history of coal in West Virginia, of course, is that it created a lot of jobs, paid a lot of taxes. Coal helped us industrialize. Coal helped us win 2 world wars. It did a lot of great things for the country. But it did a lot of bad things along the way, too. Thousands of miners died in mine explosions. And the danger for West Virginia at this point is that we're being sold the same kind of promises by natural gas that we were sold with coal, that if we will give natural gas what it wants, tax breaks or weaker environmental regulations, if we'll give this industry what it wants, then everyone will prosper. And our history with coal is it didn't work out exactly that way. So we need to be careful going forward, and I'm trying to write stories that help people understand that.